Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Sunday the 22nd of June 2025, the year BSV comes alive. Branch your threads, expand your mind with treechat.ai or your post put on chain. Right, let's see what we've got today. Obviously we're going to have to talk about this, another example of why the world needs Bitcoin. We've got part 3 of my podcast coming out, quite looking forward to that. I've got a trailer there for you. Cointelegraph's got an article saying crypto's true revolution is about humanity, not technology. Again, this is just another propaganda machine. So they're actually using what Bitcoin is for to promote their own bullshit shitcoin, which they're going on about. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they say anyway. You today is reporting something like, what's this? Oh my goodness me. So that's a million. That's a billion. That's a trillion. So they're saying 15 trillion Shiba in 24 hours. Shibu reversal I don't know what this is, but it's just absolute shite. Just shitcoining all the way. Got some posts here from CSW, which we'll go through. Somebody's just pointed out this, a dormant address containing 300 BTC that was last activated 11.6 years ago. Has been activated. We'll have a quick look at the figures. Block size is just looking juicy. In the last few blocks. Have a look at the prices that have been tanking. Compare them to genuine Bitcoin. We'll have a countdown at the Kellenschweller countdown. Some 365 days of Bitcoin history. And then that'll be the end of the show. Right, let's get into it.
Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, and transactions flying free. Just wait for the Terra node, you'll surely see.
Here we go. Machiavelli just said that the US is occupied and posted this out. I mean, it's just outrageous what's going on. And he rightly said, no matter who you vote for, the debt keeps rising and the bombs keep dropping, and it's all of them. So we've got a first guy responsible for JFK. That was George Bush Sr. The second guy, Clinton, responsible for signing the Commodities Futures Modernization Act in 2000. Which led on to the financial crisis in 2008, where they were stealing people's homes in the flash crash. Then we've got George Bush Jr., obviously, oversaw the Twin Towers. Obama, who literally dropped more bombs than any other president so far. Joe Biden, literally a puppet on a string. And now we've got Donald Trump bombing Iran. And again, same old bullshit story. Weapons of mass destruction. Really? So what? Iran has had these for the last 30 years. Well, hold on a minute. Wasn't Iran like a Western country until the CIA turned it into an Islamic state? It's just so much deception going on. This is why the world needs Bitcoin, because while this lot are in control of the central banking system, they can do anything they want and they can pull off any deception that they create. They can do anything. We are literally up against, I just find myself hard saying it, but literally we are up against a satanic entity. Literally, it's absolutely insane. It is so insane that I initially had trouble believing it. And it's only when you actually see what's happening with your own eyes, when you're like, whoa, they're actually following this plan. Oh, holy shit. They are literally going to, almost nuke the world and, retreat into their underground bunkers and then build anew, once the nuclear winter is cleared. This is what their plan is. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. No love, no compassion, no nothing. It's like, nope, we are God's chosen people. We want this. But again, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was not to actually convince the world that he didn't exist, but to actually convince the world that he was God. That's where it is. And the only thing that's going to stop that is Bitcoin. Because all legal and political influence stem from economic power. But things are going to start getting desperate. That's why the world needs Bitcoin. Check this out. Part 3 of my podcast coming soon. Here we go. A little quick trailer for you. So what I'm going to reveal in this episode is the world's greatest deception. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tell you the bit behind the scenes about what they've actually done to us and how their deception actually works. And this might be a bit mind-blowing for a lot of people. But we'll start off with a very, very basic concept to see if people actually understand this. So it starts off with number 1. This is very, very simple. There we go. That's a glimpse of what's to come. Quite looking forward to that one. Right, Cointelegraph said here, crypto's true revolution is about humanity, not technology. Really? No shit, Sherlock. We know that. And they know that, but they're the ones who are actually trying to stop this. So let's see what they've put here. Crypto isn't just about technology or speculation. Well, bullshit, because that's what they've made it all about. It's about restoring dignity and agency to those left behind by traditional finance. Oh, sounds like they're taking a leaf out of CSW's book all of a sudden. Crypto offers a path to financial dignity through education and inclusion. Give me a break. Like SegWit is inclusion, and like BTC is inclusion with a 1 megabyte block cap. No one can use it. Oh yeah, it's only going to be for the rich who want to transfer extremely large sums. Ridiculous. Finance as we know it leaves far too many behind. The exclusion isn't just about access access to banking or financial services, it's about dignity. When people can't preserve their wealth or understand why their money loses value, they lose more than just purchasing power, they lose agency over their lives. Very true, but this is what CSW has been saying all along. Fortunately, the democratized nature of crypto, bullshit, only Bitcoin has got that. But they're saying of crypto offers a silver lining and a redemption arc for people. It's a way of fighting to get back what inflation has stolen. When money means more than just money, crypto offers a path to restore lost dignity through financial education and inclusion, which the current banking system often fails to deliver. While a great coin price movements may grab headlines, the value lies in something more fundamental: knowledge. When people engage with cryptocurrency, they begin asking essential questions. Why does money have value? Well, it's not money, it's currency. How do financial systems work? Well, as if they're going to tell you. What causes inflation? Like, so you don't know. Inflation is literally what it says on the tin. You inflate the supply of fiat currency in the system. But again, they want you to think that it's all about the increase in rising prices in the basket of goods. But the increase in the rise in prices comes from the increase of the supply of fiat currency in the system. But they're not going to tell you that. Honestly, it's ridiculous. Knowledge is the Baha writing notes becomes a veritable treasure for man and source of glory. We must, however, acknowledge crypto's challenges. The same technology that promises liberation can become another tool for exclusion. Oh no shit, Sherlock. That's exactly what they've done with BTC and all these other cryptos. Who can afford to pay gas fees on Ethereum? Some people are paying like millions of dollars to make a payment in Grapecoin. I mean, look at the most recent Bitcoin anniversary transaction. They paid like about 90% in fees. And they celebrate that. Absolute bullshit. For many, crypto has developed into a speculative playground. While complex interfaces and technical jargon create new barriers for those lacking technical competence. Industry participants often prioritize profit over education, exposing new and vulnerable users to risks they don't fully comprehend. Learning from the ground up. A more honest path forward for blockchain lies in building systems prioritizing human understanding over transactions, transacting over transaction speed and community benefit over individual gain. That's an oxymoron. Prioritizing human understanding over transaction speed. What, you mean making people slower? Understanding and transaction speed has got nothing to do with anything. The community benefit over individual gain. So in other words, like groupthink, group propaganda is what they're going on about. Technology alone cannot deliver dignity. It must be paired with responsible development and meaningful education. True financial dignity comes from the applied combination of knowledge and agency. It's visible when grandmother or rural India uses a crypto wallet over a bank-backed digital payment app because she understands its purpose and message, not because someone told her to. It emerges when a young entrepreneur in Johannesburg can participate in the global economy equally, knowing precisely what they're doing and why. What's particularly striking is how this knowledge spreads through communities. A small study group of crypto users could quickly evolve into a local knowledge hub, where experienced users mentor newcomers, sharing technical skills and financial wisdom passed down through generations. This kind of inclusivity is common throughout blockchain circles. Grassroots and community-led initiatives often prove more effective than formal training programs because they root new technology in a local context and cultural understanding. When it is a community delivering the education to its own people, the knowledge is passed on with greater dignity and respect. Again, I mean, it's what they're saying is true, but not to their shitcoin system that they're promoting. Building human-first systems. The crypto industry's tendency towards hype and speculation threatens to overshadow these more profound benefits. When we need platforms that speak human language, not tech jargon. We need systems that protect as they empower and communities that support as they grow. This means rethink how we design crypto platforms from the ground up. Yeah, so basically the only one you can actually think of is Bitcoin, but genuine Bitcoin. But they're not going to say that, are they? Yeah, so it's actually BSV that you need. Yeah, no, not going to mention that. Instead of starting with technical capabilities, we should begin by asking human questions. How do people in different communities understand and use money? What are their fears and aspirations? What cultural factors influence their financial decisions? By embedding these human insights into our technical solutions, we can only create systems that truly serve everyone, not just the technically savvy or financially privileged. If we fail to address valid concerns about accessibility and regulations, the skeptics who dismiss crypto will only be given more fuel. Wealth isn't just money, it's knowledge, dignity, and connection. At its best, crypto embodies these values. Again, at its best, only with BSV. It's more than a technology. It's a tool to empower, educate, and unite. Absolutely. Only with BSV. The industry should champion truthfulness. Oh, funny they should mention that. And excellence. Oh, funny they should mention that as well. BSV's got it all. Ensuring crypto services all, not a privileged few. What a bunch of hypocrites. Literally, only BSV can do this. A future where money, at last, means something more. Only with BSV, but they'll never understand that. Right, let's see what they've got in here. What's this? 15 trillion, 50 billion Shiba in 24 hours. Shiba Inu reversal movement. Oh my god. Shitcoin at its finest. This would signal bullish reversal and start. This would signal bullish reversal and start of new uptrend for Shiba Inu. Who gives a shit? According to CoinMarketCap data, in an eye-catching 15.05 trillion, Shiba has changed hands in the last 24 hours, making a 61% surge in volumes. Again, this is exactly what Charlie Lee did with Litecoin, trying to give the impression that people were actually using it for something. Again, it's all about utility, but it was deception, and this is exactly what they're doing here. This is absolute bullshit. Despite the surge in trading volume, SHIB's price has taken a hit, dropping 6.52% in the last 24 hours. Really couldn't give a shit. And down 12% on the last week. The drops come amid a broader market-wider sell-off. Yeah, whatever. Shiba Inu has steadily decreased since June 11 high. Oh, who cares? Honestly, SHIB reversal isn't more speculation there. This is such a load of crap. What's this? $100,000 Bitcoin at risk? That's 875 million liquidation tsunami triggers crypto bloodbath. This was today. Bitcoin on edge of losing $100,000 amid brutal 875 million crypto bloodbath. There's been a bit of a market shakeout over the last 24 hours. Yeah, we'll have a look at that in a minute. With $786 million in leveraged positions being wiped out across the crypto space. This has forced more than 227,000 traders out of their positions and dragged Grapecoin close to losing its six-figure handle, according to CoinGlass. Well, I think it's below that right now. Yeah, $98 or $98,000. Oof. Yeah, not interested. Abnormal 3,222% liquidation. Imbalance puts XRP price below $2. Oh, God, honestly. Shit on shit on shit is what that is. Alright, let's see what CSW has been up to. So just got a post here that somebody pointed out to me. So let's see what he's been going on about here. He said, there is a little known truth, so simple, so brutally effective, so absurdly potent, that if spoken aloud often enough and loudly enough, could reshape society in ways no government initiatives or fitness campaign ever has. It is not found in the footnote of public health policy or widespread in the corridors of endocrinology departments. No, it lies closer to the bone, or more precisely, just beneath the belt. Here it is. If you want men, overfed, overworked, overclocked men to shed their weight while evangelical fervor, you don't appeal to their heart. You don't dangle cardiovascular longevity or vague promises of metabolic wellness. You don't talk about insulin or cholesterol. You talk about their cock. What is he on about? You tell them that under 50% body fat, and especially when the number begins with a 1 or better, a 12, something miraculous happens. The fog of adipose clears from the public mound. The curtain of fat that has long encroached upon their manhood recedes, and what emerges? An optical resurrection, an anatomical liberation, and an extra inch, sometimes more revealed, not by surgery, pills, or illusion, but by simply subtraction. Yes, gentlemen, beneath the softness lies a sword, a weapon dulled not by age, but by snacks. The fabled hidden inch, waiting like Excalibur in a sheath of Crisco. Strips away the grease and the blade gleams again. If governments truly want to solve the obesity crisis, they'd start not with shaming or calorie charts, but with vanity. They'd stop subsidizing corn syrup. Yeah, the corn syrup is the main one. It's all by design. And start funding locker room realism. Billboards wouldn't say eat better, feel better. They'd say drop to 12% and watch your dick reappear. Because nothing motivates quite like the prospect of looking better naked. And the best part, it works. Sounds like a man who's done it himself. That's what it sounds like to me. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty rank seeing all these overweight. Well, I mean, we've got overweight kids now because of the amount of shit that they're drinking and eating. You know, in the corn syrup and everything else. Like, jeepers, you know. It's really bad. But it's all by design. I think it was Chris Van Tolken, who's a doctor, who wrote the book. Something to do with it. Super processed humans. Going on about literally how the plastics in the bread, you know, and just all this fast food and all this crap. And the stuff they're putting into it, like especially in the fizzy drinks, in a particular fizzy drink that's got aspartame in it, you know, that literally mimics the side effects of multiple sclerosis. You know, drinking too much of it. And I think army medics in the war found that if this particular drink got too hot, you know, it can literally trigger side effects along the lines of like Bell's palsy and things like this. You know, if it's below temperature. But I mean, you're drinking this shit when it's cooled, you know, and then it warms up in your stomach anyway. I mean, it's, yeah. The conspiracy is massive. It's so massive, it's disheartening. Let's see what else he's put here. It said, on universities, permit a personal digression, not of complaint but out of illustration. At one point I sought entry into a master's program in pure mathematics, not as a novelty, not as an ornamentation, but as an intellectual course of correction. I had already attained a master's degree in applied mathematics and completed a quantitative PhD, but I wanted to approach mathematics from a different angle, a fresh domain, new axioms, a deeper set of tools. The response from the university, rejection, not for lack of capacity, not for want of academic rigour, but because I was verbatim overqualified. What? Consider the madness. A system designed to cultivate knowledge refuses entry to one seeking it on the grounds that he has already acquired too much of it. Not the wrong kind, not inferior, simply more, as though education were a finite pie and I had eaten more than my allotted share. What is truly being protected here? Not learning, not intellectual integrity, but status, hierarchy, institutional comfort, an academic orthodoxy that mistakes progression for permission, that sees polymath not as a curiosity, but as a threat to bureaucratic neatness. This is the paradox. You may study one thing deeply, provided you do not seek its twin. You may be a specialist, never a generalist. You may follow, but never explore. You may recite proofs, but do not dare rearrange the axioms. I did not apply to feel superior. I applied because I wanted to be challenged, and yet in their eyes mastery itself became disqualifying, not because I was incapable, but because I did not need to be told what to think. It is a strange moment when a system that claims to reverse knowledge closes its doors to someone who asks for more of it. But in that moment the mask slips. Academia, like any institution, guards its hierarchy more fiercely than its truths. And so I continued without their blessing, because the pursuit of knowledge, unlike the pursuit of credentials, does not require permission. Yeah, again, he's pointing out what is going on in the world right now. Literally, they are making, well, I say was a gilded cage, but it's not even that. It's literally they're building like a caste system. Literally, the haves and the have-nots. But I mean, this is what an inflationary financial system does anyway, and they're well aware of this, which is why they're just simply aiding and abetting, just carrying it on, fueling the flames, as it were. But CSW, he just rises above them all, and funnily enough, he's created Bitcoin that breaks all these modern day the modern day BS that they are. That they're building. And again, it's the smartest people who are going to move first, and it's the smartest people that understand what Bitcoin is. I mean, I understand what it is, in principle, but I mean, to get to the level that Craig is at, to have actually, designed it and come up with it and developed all the technicals to make it work and function. I mean, absolutely mind-blowing. Right, that's 22 minutes already. So Weller said a dormant address containing 300 BTC, which is now 29,834,500 USD, has just been activated after 11.6 years, worth $60,900 in 2013. Wow, 300 BTC worth $29 million. Jeepers. But who could that be? That is the question. Yeah, I feel like a line from Shakespeare. Who could that be? That is the question. Indeed it is. Right, let's have a quick look at these figures then. So you've got Gregcoin 99,428, but Bitcoin $29. Or $28.55 top left there. Transactions 51, so still Bitcoin still with 51% of the transaction volume across all the Bitcoin forks. Block size 91.87. Come on, look at this. So we've got 220, 233, 192, 88, 17, 21, 14, 16, 81, 40. Look at that, 108, 169. These are megabytes, so there will probably be more data in this one block of 50 megabytes than there is in the entire column of Gregcoin. Yeah, it's crazy. 57,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Gregcoin. Still mining Bitcoin at a 50% comparable loss. Oof. All right, here we go. And Bcrash, other miners, 57.6 on there. Oof. And Fisher Price Cash, other miners, 43%. Yeah, wow. All right, let's have a quick look at these prices then. So the overall market cap dropped below 3 million, so 2.9 trillion. 2.9 trillion. Oof, look at that. Look at that on Gregcoin. Taking it, that is brutal. You know, all the newbies that have been told by Michael Saylor, store of value, you know, digital dog shit. Well, they're saying, you know, digital gold and all this crap. And it does that. Oof. From a high of 108,000. Yeah, look at that. A 30-day low now. Oh, so still not below the 90-day low. Oof. Can you imagine now that if it got that to sort of like, you know, $80,000? Like, but we know what's going on behind the scenes, and they do as well. Ethereum $2,100. XRP dipping below $2. Oof, Tron taking an absolute beat in there. Look at all these coins. Look, absolute pieces of garbage. XMR. Good grief. Look at that, look. How can they all be the same? You know, if they do completely different things. Targeting different markets. What a load of crap. Bitcoin here. Just dropped. Oh, just recently. Juicy. Juicy. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah. So that's Bitcoin versus Grapecoin. It was going up nicely, and then it's just taken a dump. Just taken a dump. Let's have a just look at that against USD. Yep, that's taken a dump. But I would say that's juicy. I would say that's juicy. Yeah, there we go. So we're looking at that just going up, and then it's just taking a dump back down. Panic station set in. They were just like, whoa, we can't be having this, can't be having this. So I wonder if that means, have they pumped BTC with Tether? Let's have a quick look. See how much Tether's gone in. One day. Oh no. Interesting. They're definitely doing something though, as we can see on there. Let's have a look at Bitcoin versus USD. Yep, that's just taking a big dump. Back in line with that downtrend. Somebody is managing that. But again, they can speculate till the cows come home because there's no utility there whatsoever. Check this out, the Kellenschweller countdown. We've now got 88 days left. Bring it on. Some 365 days of Bitcoin history. On the 22nd of June 2008, Craig Wright has a paper accepted by the SANS Institute for the SANS Institute titled Detecting Hidden Statistical Methods for Classifying the Use of Haydn-based Stenography in Executable Files. So again, the white paper officially released 31st of October 2008. But I think there was another one, I'm sure it was August 2008, where he published the white paper. Yeah, August 21st of August 2008 is where I think he published the white paper to the SANS Institute. I'm sure it was. I'll have to check that. 22nd of June 2010, Laszlo figured out that enabling some more optimization increased performance by about 20%. So 0.03 hashes, 20% faster than 0.2. But I assume he used that in his own build. Oh, so that might have been a post from CSW. Excellent. And on the 22nd of June 2020, so 5 years ago, New Zealand police seized $91 million from Russian Bitcoin exchange operator. Police in New Zealand confiscated 140 million New Zealand dollars from Russian Bitcoin exchange operator Alexander Vinnik. The funds were seized from a bank account held by Canton Business Operation, a New Zealand registered company managing the exchange. Vinnik is the alleged owner of the collapsed BTC exchange. BTC exchange operated without anti-money laundering controls and policies, allowing criminals to launder illicit funds through the bourse. Yeah, I do actually remember that one. Anyway, there we go. That is a 29-minute show. We'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. So as ever, if you enjoy these updates, please ding all donations for your appreciation to either satoshi@sendme.com, handcash.io, rockwallet.me, simply.cash, relasia.com, or senti.ch. We'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. And as ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
2 years ago, you got SegWit, which we lied and cheated and stealed, and I was part of the lying and cheating and stealing to get SegWit, to get Lightning, which, by the way, had critical vulnerabilities and lost people's money.
The king still has one more move.
Remember, Bitcoin is BSV. Everything else is BS.